Today I'm going to be sharing my January book haul. I acquired a good amount of books this month, but I am proud to say that I did not buy most of these books. I actually acquired them from publishers, from friends, through gift cards, so that's pretty exciting. So first I'm going to talk about the books that I acquired by gift cards and from friends and stuff like that. The very first book that I got this year is actually a book I bought with sort of a small amount on a gift card, and it is this edition of The Extraordinary Cases of Sherlock Holmes. It's a Puffin Classics edition and I really love the way it looks. I'm really excited to have this for my collection and I'm glad I was able to buy it with a gift card. The next thing that I got was a gift from my friend Hannah because I won her giveaway, and that book that I got from her was These Is My Words, The Diary of Sarah Agnes Preen, 1881 to 1901 by Nancy E. Turner, and I know that Hannah loves this book. She mentioned it when we did our little house event, which if you wanted to see what that was all about, I'll link to the series down below. It's the diary of a woman who lived during the pioneer era, and I'm really looking forward to reading it because I love Little House and I also love that particular era of American history, so it'll be fun to read. So thanks Hannah, I'm so excited that I won your giveaway and that this was the book that you chose to give me. The next book that I bought is one that I actually bought for myself, and it's because of a project that I'm trying to do this year, and that book is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. My project this year, if you guys have watched my goals video, which I'll link to, is to read the entirety of it. I have started reading it. I'm about 100 pages in. It's going to be about 100 pages per month since I'm trying to read a certain amount per month so I don't get overwhelmed. But so far, so good. This translation of it is actually pretty easy for me to read, so I'm glad of that, and as you can see, I started marking it up. I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of it, especially because at the part I left off, Jean Valjean had just shown up. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm glad I decided to make it my project. And the last book that I need to mention for this section is one that I also got via gift card, and I'm so excited about it because it is beautiful, and it is the Mina Lima edition of Beauty and the Beast. It's just so gorgeous. This pink cover is lovely. Let me just show you the end papers. They're amazing. Let me show you some of the things in the book because they're also amazing. Like this, which you can turn like that. This, which has the fairy book of everything, and you can flip like that. And there's like a lot of those in there, and this is the first Mina Lima book that I actually own that's not Harry Potter, so that's exciting. And then there's this one where you can flip it open like that. Oh, it's just beautiful, and I'm so happy to have it for my collection. Now we're gonna move on to the review books that I got. So I'm gonna talk about the finished copies first. The first of these is a romance novel, which is surprising to me because I rarely get those in the mail, but I got this one, and it's Breathless by Beverly Jenkins. Haven't read anything by her, but I do love that this cover has POC on it because not a lot of romance covers that I've seen do. It's set in the Old West, so I think that's also pretty interesting because I don't read a lot of historical romance set there. I can only think of one off the top of my head. So the woman in this book is Portia, and she's manager of a hotel, and she's determined to only settle down and marry a man who sees her worth and who is her equal. She hasn't ever found a tempting prospect until an old family friend comes back into town. The next book I got was a total surprise, and that is American Street by Ibi Zoboi, and this cover is, oh, can you see it? This cover is fan-frickin-tastic. It's about a young Haitian who arrives in America with her mother, but then her mother's detained and she's forced to kind of embrace this new life that she has on her own. With all that's going on, it's really relevant. I think it's gonna be a really interesting story to read, and I look forward to checking it out. Both these books were so kindly sent to me by HarperCollins, so I am pretty thankful for that. The next book was sent to me by Candlewick Press, and I'm super excited about it because it is a beautiful finished copy of Geekerella by Ashley Poston. This one comes out in April. I haven't read it yet, but I will be, and it just sounds really fun. It's Cinderella in modern day with a geeky twist, and I love that. Let me talk first about how much I love this cover with the symbol. It feels so nice in my hands. And then there's this end paper, which is amazing. And I'm just really looking forward to checking this one out. This book also came with a little goodie, and I'm about to show it to you now. They sent along this candle, and it says Once Upon a Con. So it's a soy candle that's inspired by the book, which I'm really excited about. It has this nice orange color and it smells amazing. It's pumpkin spicy, so it'll be perfect for fall, and I'm really excited about it. The next book I received was Frostblood by Ellie Blake, and I've heard amazing things about this one from my friend Rachel of Hello Chelly, who has read it and absolutely loved it. It is set in a world where there are two types of individuals. There are people with frostblood and people with fireblood. In this world, those two types of people are mortal enemies. Ruby is a fireblood, and she's been pretty much hiding her existence because frostbloods are the ruling class. When her mom is killed in an attempt to protect her, she agrees to become part of the revolution that wants to overthrow the frostbloods. And that sounds really fun, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I can't wait, and I hope I love it as much as Rachel and a couple of other friends have. The next book I received was totally unexpected, and it came in from Syne & Schuster, and that was The You I've Never Known by Ellen Hopkins, and I've actually never read this author, although I've heard amazing things about her work. This is a story of a girl named Ariel, and she and her dad have basically been all that she's known for all her life, but things get complicated when she meets a girl named Maya and a boy named Gabe, and also when her mother returns and tells her that her father actually kidnapped her all these years ago. It sounds incredibly interesting, and I believe it's told in verse like all of her other novels are. And the last finished review copy that I got is something I'm very excited about, and it is Wires and Nerve. It's the first graphic novel in the Lunar Chronicle series by Marissa Meyer. I'm so excited about this because I love Aiko, and I think that it will be so fun to read her story. And let's also talk about how like there's this shiny dust jacket, and then there is this shiny hardcover, and it's amazing. The illustration style is so cute. This is the first in a series of adventures about Aiko, who is the android that is Cinder's best friend in the Lunar Chronicle series. This actually also came with a goodie, which I am about to show to you. This freaking amazing poster. I love it so much. I need to find somewhere to put it because it's just beautiful. Now we're gonna move on to the ARCs, or the advanced reader copies that I received. First we have a Psalm for Lost Girls. This is by Katie Bayerl, and I have not heard of this book before, but it's from Penguin Random House, and the line in the back says it's I'll Give You the Sun meets True Detective. So in this book there's a girl named Tess, and she's considered sort of a saint. She heard voices and they gave her prophetic messages, and she was able to warn a lot of people and save a lot of lives, so a lot of people believe in her. And things spiral even further when a missing girl named Anna finally shows up after a couple of months at one of her shrines. Callie, who is Tessa's sister, takes it upon herself to investigate the truth of Tessa's martyrdom and her sainthood, along with Tessa's boyfriend, but they discover something far more sinister and start piecing together the pieces of Anna's kidnapping. So it does sound really interesting. I'd never heard of it before I got it, but I definitely want to check it out now. So thank you very much, Penguin Random House. And then I got a book that I have been eagerly anticipating since last year, and that book is The Names They Gave Us by Emery Lord. It's about a girl named Lucy, and she was all set to have a good summer until her mom's cancer reappears. And so Lucy is forced to confront these circumstances that challenge her faith as she slowly but surely finds her footing in the midst of her mom's diagnosis and her boyfriend's sort of pause in their relationship. A family secret comes out and it threatens to shatter it all over again, and that sounds really interesting. I'm really curious about what the secret is. Thank you, Bloomsbury, for sending this book. The next book is also one that I did not know about until I got it, but it also really intrigued me, and that book is The One Memory of Flora Banks by Emily Barr. And on the cover it says, "You always remember your first kiss. Flora remembers nothing else." Flora has a short-term memory problem because when she was 10 years old, a tumor was removed from her brain, but it also took away the thing that gives her the ability to remember things. And so she can't remember anything past the age of 10. That is, until she kisses her best friend's boyfriend and suddenly remembers that. And she is convinced that love is the reason she remembers it, and so she wants to explore that. The next book was also a book mail surprise, and that is The Beast is an Animal by Pieternel van Arsdale, and this is a interesting sounding fantasy novel from Syne & Schuster. So it is about a girl named Alice, and when she was young she saw a pair of twins called the Soul Eaters. These Soul Eaters have the power of the forest and the beast that resides in it in them, and Alice realizes that they are capable of great destruction. The older she gets, Alice learns more about the forest, the Soul Eaters, and the beast, and these things make her sort of an outsider among people because that's dangerous knowledge. And so she is forced to go into the forest and try to figure out things about herself and the beast and all of that. It sounds really mysterious and interesting. The cover's so dark. And then we have an arc that I'm super excited to have, and that is Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. This is like the sliding cover. This is actually what it looks like. I just love Jennifer E. Smith's books. I've read all of them, all of the YA ones at least, and I am really looking forward to reading this one. Alice is not one to believe in luck, but for his birthday, she buys her best friend Teddy a lottery ticket and he wins a gigantic amount of money. And as the two of them negotiate or talk about what is to be done with his new windfall, a lot of things happen that start to draw them apart. And I'm just looking forward to reading another charming, thoughtful contemporary story from Jennifer E. Smith. So thank you so much, Penguin Random House, for sending this along to me. And the last book that I need to show you guys is When Dimple Met Rishi by Syne, and this is a contemporary that I have been hearing so much about and I'm really looking forward to. It's about two teens who are both Indian and they have an arrangement for marriage. Dimple, she is not such a big fan of this idea and she negotiates her way into being able to attend a sort of science summer camp. And Rishi, who is more traditional and is kind of fine with the idea of arranged marriage, actually ends up going to the camp as well. And it just sounds really cute, so I'm really looking forward to that. It also came with some really cute things, including these postcards. There's this one, there's this one, and there's this one. And it also came with this really cute plastic heart container that says When Dimple Met Rishi, and inside, if you can hear it, is like a bunch of chocolate, which I'm excited about. That was a really cute package to get, and I'm super excited about reading that book. The last thing I have to show you is something I got for pre-ordering a book, and it is this goodie bag of Caraval stuff. So it comes with this drawstring bag. It came with a map of Caraval that you can color in to make it even more convenient for you to do so. Came with a bunch of colored pencils that also has a sharpener on top, which is awesome. Aside from those things, there's also these tattoos. So there's one with the like star symbol, there's one that says Caraval, and there's one with a flower on it. And last but not least, there is a poster. I am very, 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 very excited about this. I really enjoyed Caraval. It was definitely one of my favorite early reads from last year, and I look forward to rereading it. I actually pre-ordered the UK version of it, which hasn't come yet, but it will soon, so you'll be seeing that in my February haul. All right, there you have it, guys. These are all the things that I got in the month of January. Have you heard of any of them? Are you excited for any of them as well? Do let me know. I would love to hear what is the one book that you are most excited about that you got in January. My next video will be coming soon. See ya!